Okay. So this one says you are given an array of prices where prices is the price of a given day, and you can complete as many transactions as possible. Buy one and sell one share of the. You cannot engage. You must. Okay. So if you are given 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, 4. Output is 7. Why is output 7? Buy on day 2, sell. Buy on day 4.
Ankur, we are
Sell.
not seeing your scribble.
Yeah, but you. First I'm trying to understand the question. So
Okay,
1,
as
2,
it
3,
is.
2, 3, 4, 5. Buy here, buy. Okay.
Buy on day 1, sell on day 5.
And 3 and 4, right? Or you can buy on the sell.
No,
Buy
because
and
if
sell
I
on the same.
buy on day 1, then I sell on. If I sell on day 3,
Oh, okay. Profit is here. This is 1 and 5. Okay.
it's your total sum.
Okay. Sorry, say again.
It's the sum. How do you maximize the sum you get?
No, but here you have to. You can either do 1 and 2, 3 and 4, right? Wait. You can buy on day 2, 1, 2, and sell on day 3. Buy
That's a
on day
profit of
4.
1.
Okay, so it's like you cannot do buy and sell on the same day. It's like they have to be different time, right?
Well, if you
There
buy and sell
shouldn't
on the
be
same day, your
overlapping, I
profit
think.
is 0.
Yeah, what they win?
If you buy and sell on the same day, your profit is 0.
No. You buy at 3 and you again sell. Yeah. Okay.
There shouldn't be overlapping, right?
Yes. Yeah. So how do you do this? Even I am thinking to do this. Let me see some more questions. Examples. Where is it? 7364180.
So I guess if we are given, like, we can perform as many transactions as possible, then we can like calculate the difference between, like, we can, like, for example, if I take this example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can buy at 1, sell at 2, then again buy at 3, sell at 4.
It's still answer 1, right? It'll be 1 plus 1, right? It'll be 2.
Yeah, if you buy at 1, sell at 2.
So can't I buy at 2 again?
Yeah, it's a transaction.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that should be
Buy at 2. That
sell at 3.
So how can you go back?
Yeah, I don't think you can either. You on a day you have to do either buy or
So
sell.
see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You buy on day 1. You cannot. So the answer is 1 and 5, right? So buy on day 1 and sell
Oh,
on
you
day
cannot
5.
buy on day 1, buy on
No.
day 2, and sell them later.
No, the note, read the note. You may not engage in multiple transactions simultaneously. You must sell the stock before you buy again.
Okay, so there's one
Right.
share, let's say Pfizer, you have to buy, sell, and then buy, sell. You cannot do buy.
Correct. But that doesn't mean that I can't buy. If I have already sold on 2, then I can buy again on 2, right? I'm doing a transaction. So buy, sell is one transaction. I bought at 1, sold at 2. Now I'm again buying at 2. So I'm just sharing a thought. So what I'm trying to say here is, if there is no limit on the transactions that I can do, I can keep on, like in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll buy at 1, sell at 2. Buy at 2, sell at 3. Buy at 3, sell at 4. Buy at 4, sell at 5.
But how is that different from 1 and 3? Wait.
Which
1
one?
and 5. That's what you mean.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you said you let's say you have only 3 numbers. You said you buy
If
at 1,
you-
sell at 2. You
Mhm.
buy at again 2 and sell at 3. How is that different from 1 and 3?
Right.
Buy at
Correct.
1 and
Correct.
Sell
Correct.
at 2.
Exactly. So that's what my point is. So if we buy at 1 or sell at 5, or we do this, it's similar. So that's what I wanted to say. So if if you go back to that question, and let's can you open that question again? Let's see the first example, right? So if I'm buying at 1 and selling at 5, and then again I buy at the minimum. So I'm buying at all the dips and then selling at all the next.
What does this mean? That is buy 1 and sell 1 share of the stock multiple times. Like you can buy at 1, sell at 1. Is that what it's saying, right?
Yeah, but that will not make sense, right? If I buy at 1 and sell at 1. So I want to make a profit. So what I'll do is I'll buy at 1, sell at 5. I got a profit. I'll accumulate that. Now again, I see, okay, now again I'll buy at 3, sell at 6. Again, I accumulated some profit. So I'm accumulating all the profits.
But it only, but the answer is only 7, right? You 1 and 5 and 3 and 6.
No, I understood
that-
what he's trying to say. What he's saying is, say if you, because we want to do it in a linear scan, when you buy at 1 and you saw that you are making a profit by selling at 2, like, and you don't know if there is going to be a number bigger than 1 in the next. So what he's saying is, let's sell the transaction and collect the profit and buy again. And in case it goes low, and it does, and in case even, I mean, even if we don't see a higher than 1 after this, we have got the profit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And with selling it at 2, you have collected the profit.
Which question are we talking about? Okay, 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, 4.
He's referring to example 2 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where instead of buying at 1 and selling at 5 is the explanation he gave. But to do it linearly, we could
Okay.
have done, as soon as you do see an increase from your buying,
Okay, you get the profit.
you sell and just buy it again at the same price there, because, and basically calculate your profit right there.
And what if there's a dip? Like,
Yeah, you
1,
have already calculated
4,
it. That's
2
exactly
and
the
5.
reason.
Wait, let's say you have this one, 1, 4, 2, 5. Then
1, 4. Okay,
Near
1,
the-
4, 5. Yeah, so we'll
Your
say,
profit is 3.
no, 3 plus 3, 6, right?
Yeah, 6.
right. So we'll start, do a linear scan. Our initial buy price is 1, and
Okay.
then then the next value is greater than our buy price. So we have collected the profit, and then we have put our buy price back to 4. And then when we see 2, which is less than 4, we'll update our buy price to,
Oh, okay. Okay, and if this was 5,
if
Then we
this
would
this
have
was
sold on
5,
that.
you'll do
you
this.
have again
Right.
sold and collected that profit. So 3 plus 1.
The only reason is because we are given that we can do as many transactions as possible. So if I can do infinite transactions, then why not take the profit as soon as the stock goes up? Let's gather that profit, put it into my account, then again buy it, then again wait. Next time it goes up.
But if it doesn't go up again, then what do you do?
Yeah, but you have already collected your profit. That's exactly the reason why we are collecting as
Right.
soon as
If you collect a profit, then you buy again. You have, okay, let's say, go back to your example, Ankur,
You must, where? This one?
and scribble.
Scribble.
So,
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I got your question. So you're saying if I, in the end, say if I buy at a higher price,
And you never
and
find a lower price after that, what do?
we do
Oh, no,
nothing,
that-
right?
Then you don't
No,
make
you
any
never
profit,
find a
right?
higher price after that.
Yeah,
Let's
so
say
we
I,
You
not
didn't
add-
make any profit.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
yeah, but then you can still make profit from the intervening
No,
days.
so
You
you're
can
not
say answer
actually-
0.
Yeah.
See, in
so
we can-
example 3, you can see it's 76431. So line is, if you draw it in a graph, it is just going down, correct?
Right.
Third example on
Right. Third
LeetCode.
example is just descending 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So
It's all
just going down.
descending.
So Devin, what it is doing is we are not actually buying. So when you are selling, you are adding to your profit. When
Right.
do the same buying transaction, you are just putting a hold that, okay, if I had bought here and then if I had got a higher price, what is the profit I had made? Don't treat it as a buying and then you have to subtract it. from
Okay, so
your-
so basically what Sue is saying, yeah.
This is a classic example of greedy, right? Like,
yeah.
see, if you look at this graph, what it says is, I mean, from the example 1, I don't care if there will be another minimum in the future.
Yes, this is
Right.
greedy, yes. You
I
eat your
don't
profit.
care I don't care if there is another minimum in the future. What I care about is this is the minimum I'm seeing it now. And when you go to the next day, if there is profit, if the slope goes up, you will sell it. If it keeps on going up, you will keep on beating. Like the second example, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you chart it in a graph, it just goes up, up, and up. Now,
So you buy
while
at
coding
minimum
it, you have
and
to
then
make
once
sure when to stop it. That's the
you
crucial
stop
thing.
it when it dips.
Exactly.
So
you
what
need to
I
keep,
think, yeah, we shall go.
yeah, I mean, that's what. So when
So
you're
what he's
coding
saying
this up,
is, I mean, you buy at 1, you sell at 4, but you still hold that price to figure out what the next day is. And if the next day is bigger, you sell.
Calculated profit based on the 4.
no, I mean, if it goes down,
That's your
You
new
don't
then you
minimum.
will just sell it.
maximize your profit. No, if
So
it goes down after 5, right? After 4, you have already maximized your profit. If it is going up, you are treating it as 2 transaction of like between 1 and 4 and 4 and 5 instead of 1 and 5, because that will lead to the same value.
So in this case, you buy at 4. Well, you go to 1. You see the 4 is greater than 1, so you calculate the profit, right? So then you treat your new max, a new min as 4, right?
Right.
And you go to the next one is 5, so it's greater than 4. You calculate profit again, right?
Hmm.
But in this
No,
case, 1,
no,
4,
in
3,
this
5.
case,
So let me
Given-
just make sure I have it right. You
Okay.
start at 1. Because 4 is greater than 1, you calculate the profit, right?
right,
Okay. So because 3 is less than 4, you treat 3 as your new minimum, right?
3 is the new minimum, yes.
Right. And then you go to 5, because 5 is greater than 3, you calculate the profit there.
Right.
Your total profit is going to be 3 plus 2, which is 5.
Can you put this in lead code and run the code? See what's the answer for 1435?
you want me to code?
No, just
No,
return
no.
null.
Just
Oh,
return
that
null
one.
and
Okay, that one.
yeah.
We can do live coding.
I hate that. Okay.
1435 should be 5, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, coding now is, I don't want to get into that interviewing word. I don't want to do the live coding.
So it's not really about buying and selling. It's more about just min and maxing.
So wait, so let me see what the tags is. Yes, it is greedy. Yes. Who came up? Who said it's greedy? Vishal, you right?
We shall.
I mean, I drew the graph based on the example.
I don't think I would even draw the graph.
No, but the
Yes.
graph makes it easier to understand now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take too much time to. I mean,
There was one problem earlier in which also I drew graph, but I didn't write the code yet. We did that, I think 2 weeks ago.
but there's no way to solve to do this without what this technique, right? Is there a brute force to do this one without using what we came up right now? Like, okay, we got this one, but I'm still struggling. Like, how would I even? Like, I wouldn't actually draw a graph. I wouldn't draw. So I would first come up with my brute force. What is going to be my brute force here? Maybe after brute force is what I mean. I'm trying to understand how can someone even come with this answer? Let's say even if you draw the graph, can we do this using brute force?
You see the dips and the rises.
So let's wait. We were at 713. This one.
Right.
And how do you do this? No, and one more was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Right.
So this one, okay, you get one, you get this one, you get this, you get the answer. But what about this?
About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
It's going up, right? So if your number after you is greater than you, take it as your profit. Okay. And then
Yeah, the idea is about continuing this one. If it is bigger, okay. Okay, no, we can do all this also, right? If it is bigger, you keep going forward. So let's say you start at 1 and you keep going around till you see a bigger, keep still till you keep
until you see a
seeing a
dip.
bigger one. Yeah, till you keep seeing a dip and you keep going. That will be your one answer. And then as you see a dip, now you'll have a different transaction. Same thing, right?
Will that make a difference?
No, it's same. I think it's the same thing that, I mean, this is
No,
brute
that's
force.
what I'm wondering. Mathematically, will it work out to the same answer?
Yes,
In 1,
let's
2,
try
3,
it.
4, 5, it will. I'm thinking, is there
Yeah.
condition
one?
with it won't.
Yeah, let's come up with a test case then. Give a test case. Like, give some random numbers. Tell me.
1, 2, 21,
No,
7.
don't go so high. Let's say this is 4, this is 5, 6, and 4. So what's the answer here? We don't know, right? So let's say, okay, now what? So let's say we go right, we go left, we keep see a increase, right? So this is going to be the answer. This is 8.
Yeah, but if you look at 1 to 2, that's a 1. 2 to 7, that's a 9. 2 to 9, that's a 7. That's still 8.
Yeah, 8. So till you keep seeing a dip, you keep increasing, and so one of the transaction will be 1 and 9.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Right? Now you have a different, which is 8.
Right.
Right? But here you immediately get a dip, so there is no point. So this is going to be a new.
Right, and then
Right?
that's
And
your
now
new
you
one.
keep going right till it's increasing. So you go to 5 to 6, you see a dip. So you stop here. So this is 1. So
Okay.
9. Let me just put it here. Is it 9 only?
I coded the approach, Ankur. It accepts and it passed all the test cases.
So you keep on going forward until the dip.
Yeah, so see it's 9. Yeah, I mean that makes more yeah, I would go with this one.
I think brute force, I can say what we can do for the brute force. But
So
it's
what's
a
the
bit
brute force
tricky.
for this? Right now we have the optimized solution, right? What would the brute force?
Yeah,
for this
I don't
be?
think, this is what my brute
No,
force
no,
would be.
brute force would be you go on every day. Okay, you pick that day. That's your buy price.
Hmm.
Then
Right.
you just iterate from that point on to the end and find a value bigger than my buy price.
Then
Okay. And take a difference.
5.
Like for let's say in this example, 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, 4, right? Ignore 7. 7, there is nothing bigger than 7. So let's take 1. So 1 is my buy price. I can take a difference between 5 and 1, 3 and 1, 6 and 1, and 4 and 1. The maximum profit I would get is 6
But this is
and
only
1.
one
Correct?
transaction. You don't have multiple transactions here.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
He's
Right.
saying those are all the possible transactions. Which of those possible transactions result in the maximum profit?
Right.
So you get
That
6,
what
1
you're
and
trying to show?
6.
1 and 6 gave me something. I'll go to the next one, 5. Ignore 5. It is just giving me 1. So let's say I take that one too. Okay. So 5 and 6 is another pair. And now I go to 3, and 3 and 6 is another pair. Correct? But
Oh,
I have
you
to
started
pick.
only at 1.
Yeah, one is done, right? I know 1 and 6 is one pair, 5 and 6 is another pair, and 3 and 6 is another pair, correct?
Hmm.
So
Then?
basically what I'm saying is I found all the pairs. You have to find the pair which is giving you some profit or maximum profit.
But they may be overlapping, right? Like if you have,
Exactly. So now once you find all the pairs which is giving you profit, now you have the range. Now you have to find a non-overlapping range out of the pairs that you have narrowed down. That is a brute force that I couldn't think of. I think maximizing is also I'm optimizing. That also I should not do. I should just figure out the pairs like 1, 5, 1, 3, 1, 6, 1, 4 is one pair. Then 5, 6 is one pair. 3, 6 and 3, 4 is another pair. So out of all these segments I have to find a non-overlapping one with maximum profit. How to go about doing that? Segment tree? I don't know.
yeah, you didn't give a brute force then.
Oh no,
Maybe
this
I
is
don't.
brute force, right? This is brute
Segmentary, I
force.
don't know what segmentary is. I mean, whatever works. For me, maybe graph is like how Vishal, you and Karan do. I'll go with this one, but I think even this one, yeah, maybe, but this one only, it's come only after drawing a lot of test cases. Yes. So 1, 5, 3, 6, you take this. Yeah, this is toughy. So, Sue, just send. So in that, so I coded right. Best time to buy, sell stock, lead code in general. Just put your solution and just write it's for the second solution, second question.
Yeah.
And put it in the thread, not in that. If people want, they can see.
Okay.
But yeah.
But
And
I think that is like line to line matches with what we discussed. If people were there in this call, it would have like been more easy for them to.
like code now.
Yeah, the code I sent is like line to line mapping of what we discussed.
I mean, that's what I put it in the thread. I don't want, like, if people want to cheat, they'll cheat. Otherwise, they'll code themselves. That's what I'm saying. Okay. What do you want to do? You didn't get.
I can put Ankur. I'll do it
Yeah,
again.
put.
Yeah.
So this is okay. Good one that we got this. Best time to do this. So 121, 122 is done. Now time to do the hard one. 123. So this is saying at most 2 transactions. You may not engage in multiple transactions simultaneously. You must sell the stock before you buy again. Buy on day 4. So should we do this one? 123?
Yeah. But you need to maximize your profit over 2 transactions.
And this is saying at most 2. You can still have a single transaction. Right? So we will draw. We'll see.
Yeah,
how,
if you have one transaction that results in a profit, no other transaction after that result in a profit, then
So you're given an array prices where is the price. Find the maximum you can do at most 2 transaction. Here it is buy on day 4, sell on day 6. Profit is 3. Then on buy 7. 7 is price 1 and day 2. Okay, so 123. This is 3 3 5 0 0 3 1 4. Sue, you've done this before?
No,
Has anyone
Ankur.
done this before?
No.
Karan, you've done this before?
He left
No, what about you, Vishal?
in 2018. So
Yeah, I would say that is like recent. So you would have some idea how to do this. And I think I too did this one, but I did this like 2 months back with some guy, some girl. She asked me how, like, she was struggling with this one, so we came up with the answer, and that was like brute force. I mean, not brute force, but we came up with. But it took us like 1 hour to solve it. So maybe guys who have not done this.
I'm just saying based on what we just did on 2, right?
That was multiple, right?
That would multiple, but that's calculating transactions across. Oh, we can't review today, can we? Can you scroll up?
You cannot reuse in the even in the previous one. It's only the day. It's only the way how you solved it. You reused one, right? Even in this one, 1 2 3 4 5, you cannot reuse something again. But the way Karan said, he was reusing that's for coding it. And the way I actually draw was I keep going forward till there's an increase in the price. So basically you cannot buy sell same day.
So
Or
can we find all the windows where we have a profit and then
wait, so here the answer is wait. So how did 6 come here? It is buy on
60
sell
of 3 and
0,
5 is 2, right?
0 and 3, and 1 and 4, right?
0 and 3, yeah, 0 and 3 at the end, 0 and 3 and 1 and 4. Okay.
And in the second one you have 1 and 5. That's all. So this is one transaction, 1 and 5.
Right.
Here you cannot 7 6 3 4 1, and then prices 1 is also answer 0. Okay, yeah.
So if you take what we just did here, right? And you calculate the profit that's in the same way, right? As long as it's increasing, keep on going forward from your buy price, right? Until you maximize the profit, okay? Then you stick that into some sort of result.
But
set.
wait, 1 second, 1 second. So I have one thing. So based on what you're trying to say, I'm coming up with a test case to, right? So let's say you have 0, you
Mhm.
have, let's say 2,
Mhm.
and then you have 1, you have 4, and then you have, let's say 7, and you have 22. Now
Okay.
solve on this one.
All right. So in This case, you'd have 0 and 2, which would give you 2, right?
But see, the
And-
answer is 1 and 4, and the answer is 7 and 22.
Hold on. Can
So basically 1 and 22.
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. It's 0 and 2 and 1 and 22.
Then this is also the answer.
So
No,
what
no,
I'm
so
saying
okay.
is, whenever you find your minimum price, right? Keep on and going until you find a dip. Okay. It's-
No. So wait 1 second. Let me come up with a different one that I was about to say. 0, 2, 1,
Right.
4, 3, 2, and 22.
Okay, can you draw commas? Because that looks like one big number. Thank you. It's 14? Okay.
So
So
1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4.
okay, so all right. So just draw another array beneath it. Okay. Can you draw another array beneath this one?
What array?
Yeah, that one. All right. First put in 2.
2 for? Why?
Yeah, that's 0 and 2. You get 2, right? That's your
Okay.
profit. Now your next profit window is 1 and 4, which will get you 3, right? Okay. Then you dip to 3, you dip to 2, you're not going to get a profit. Now you get 2 and 22, which gets you a profit of 20, right? So you evict the smallest out of that array, right? So you get 20 and 3. Before you put the 20 in, you evict the smallest.
So you're getting 23 here.
Is that the answer?
And what if this was 5?
That was 5. You would get, that would be 5. You would evict a 3.
How do you know you have to evict 3?
Okay.
How we
when-
got 23 first?
No. So basically he was saying so 23 in the sense so if this was 2, he does this transaction and he does this transaction. So which
There
is
is
no, not this one.
in between.
1 and so 0 and 2, 1 and 4, and this one. right?
Okay.
And then he evicts this one.
Mm,
Okay.
Okay, so
So I know I can do at most two transactions, right? Which
So the
means
total is 25, right?
No, but he said he can do at most 2. So he removes the lowest.
Lowest-
Minimum.
lowest
Got it.
because if I calculate every profit window and I only keep the 2 max profit windows, that gets me the answer, doesn't it? Or am I missing something?
You're finding out all the transactions and you find the one that are giving the most. You're finding out 2 which are giving the most max. So that is O of n squared. But I think yes, I think you
Is it
gave-
O of
you
n
gave a right
squared
answer.
or O of n?
You're evicting also, right?
Just from that array, but that array only had a length of 2.
No, but that will not work, I think.
Why not? That's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
come
So
up with a
give- so-
case
so
where
Sue,
it
so
won't
yeah.
work.
Give a
Let me
test
come up-
case.
Yeah. Let me come up with a test case for that.
Yes, so that is what the actual thing is.
I'm just trying to figure out what am I missing. To me, it
Yes.
feels like a good answer, but people, it
Yes.
sounds like people don't agree.
Yes. So,
You're
I mean that's what.
calculating
Give a
every
counter.
profit window. You're keeping
Yeah.
the 2 max profit windows.
Okay, take this example 0 to
Huh?
21, 22. That's it.
Okay. So your
So he takes this one.
profit window is going to be 22.
Okay, 22. He says
0 and
22.
22.
But according to like earlier, like 0, 2, you would have taken that is a profit. that
0,
is-
2,
So
that
he
would be a
keeps
profit
going
because
forward till
one-
there's a dip.
I'm going forward until there's a dip. There's no dip there.
Oh, I see.
So that's what I come up with something else.
Okay,
Let's
then
give a
take-
different test case.
Okay, then 0, 6, 4, 22. Let's take that.
Okay, 0, 6, 4, 22, right?
Mhm.
Okay, from 0, I check my next number. It's a
So he
6,
takes these
right?
two.
Then yeah. So then it's 22 minus
So
4,
I think this is what is creating the error. Maybe we should make it 0, 6, 0,
right?
22 and 4. Okay,
Okay.
no, not this.
So
No, wait. So basically what you're doing is you're calculating the max Wait, let's go with the first, this one. Okay, yeah, do on this one. 335.
335000314.
This is what you get first.
Okay, I get first. So right. Then 0 is my next one. Okay, then right now my result is gonna have 2 and 3. Make sense?
Hmm.
Right.
Okay. Then I check 1 and 4 to
No,
get
not 3,
3.
not 3, not the last 3.
No,
Remove
no,
that.
he gets a dip, right? He gets 2 here. He gets 1
No,
and
no,
4,
but
and then he affects this one.
we reached at most transaction. So the
No,
last
no,
one
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
He's
It all and then remove the minimum transaction from that. So 2 is the minimum profit making, so he'll remove. So 3 and 3 he'll
yes.
keep.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Because my result answer only has at most 2 transactions, right?
Yes.
So I need to keep track of what those 2 transactions are, right?
Okay, so even if you, so I mean, you don't even have to remove this. Just go in here this one and find out the topmost 2. Right?
Yeah, yeah. You can add these profits to a heap or like a max heap and then just evict.
No, I
top
mean,
two.
just in one transaction, you just get, yeah, I mean, what, yeah. I mean, if you're using a max heap, even inserting will take time, right?
So
mean, you
what if
If I
we
just
have the
keep an array, I
problem?
check the front and the beginning. That's it.
So what
Yeah,
if we
yeah,
have
so
an
we have
example like
Start
this?
them right. That's why I'm saying.
No, if you go to the above example, like actually you can write this example 3, 3, 3, no 3, 3, 8, 9.
It's all going up. So it's gonna be 3 and 9, which is 6.
But you need 2 transactions.
No, it says at most 2.
At most 2.
At most 2. Okay.
So, okay.
Which means you can have 0, 1, or 2. If you look at if you look at the examples they give in the problem description, they also show examples which have 1
Yes.
and 0.
Yes,
So
on
if you
1,
look
2,
at
3,
the
4, 5.
right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 5 and 1. There's only 1 transaction. And the next one, you only have 7, 6, 4, 3, 1. There are no transactions.
So I think we need one more, we need a solid test case that actually counters Deven's answer. And so let's just put something random. Wait, so he's saying you find out maximum 2. So he's saying you keep, if there's a
Keep
dip, you
going
keep going
as long
forward.
as the number after you is greater than or equal to you, right? You keep going.
And if there's a dip, okay. So basically you're saying is this one and this one.
Can you go to your scribble window?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So what you're saying is, let's say there is an increase,
Right.
right? So you take this one,
Right.
and if there's a decrease, right? So you're seeing a dip, you see an increase,
Right.
and again if there's a dip, and you see a bigger one,
Right.
so you take this 2 and then you take these 2, right?
Right.
And this is always going to be greater than this and this, because there's a dip.
Right. So did I
And
get
what
something
if
wrong? And
No,
how?
no. I think you, and if, okay, let's say you do this and then next number is somewhere here and there's a huge here. You take these 2, you take these, you take these 2, and then you use the maximum 2, right?
Yeah.
Or maximum 1. I think maximum 2 is fine, I think.
As long as you have a
Yes,
if you have a
yes,
dip and then a rise,
yes,
you
yes.
know you have 2 max profits.
So I think 1 and 1. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be like this,
Right.
right? So 1 and 5 is still one transaction.
Right.
And there is 2, 3, 4 somewhere here.
Right. But because
Right.
they're going up.
Yes. And if there's a dip, that means you have to take this one. And if there's another dip, you have to take this one. Wait, what if the dip is here? Oh, okay. Then you're taking the max 2.
Right.
Okay. Vishal, you think? So, I mean, this should work. I'm pretty sure.
I'm
like
wondering
this-
if I'm missing something. That's why I'm
No,
asking
no,
this
I don't
question,
think you
'cause
are. So I think we'll just code the subject.
It just seemed like an extension of what we did before, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
So the only keyword difference is at most 2 transactions between
At
the
most
last
2, which
question.
means you can
Yes.
have 0, 1, or 2, right?
And he takes the max 2. We couldn't figure out another
I
test case
think
that will
only
avoid this.
we would know when we code it up and if it breaks at any.
I know,
test case.
but we need to come up with that. That is what we are practicing. Come up with a test case that actually break. I think this will work. This will work. Do you think there's a different thing that it will break this? You've tried, right?
And even if you have vastly different numbers at the beginning and end, let's say you have a massive number at the end with a massive dip in the middle, right?
So give that.
You have a massive dip in the middle. That massive dip in the middle is going to make up for that difference.
Yes, exactly. So I think Vishal and Sue. So the thing is this one, right? This has at most 2 transactions, and the reason Deven's answer here is working is because he's using the way he's using here, right? It's, I mean, the based on previous is at most 2. That means either you can use 1 or you can use 2. But if the
But
question
0.
says you,
You
yeah,
can
yeah,
have-
0.
Yeah.
But if the question says you have to use 2, then that is going to be a different problem altogether. If you have to use 2, then it'll be a different answer.
But then you can have test cases where you don't have 2 at all. So it means it breaks.
The
Okay.
reason they gave at most 2 is because there can be like there could have
One.
been just one transaction that could, like the input is just 1,5. It is just one transaction. So at
Yes.
most like
At
if-
most 2 makes sense if you allow less than 2 transactions, right? Equal to
Yes,
2 means
basically
your
1.
input must allow for 2 transactions.
no,
Huh?
it need not be, right?
If what we said is rather than say at most 2 transactions, you must complete 2 transactions. If it's saying you must complete 2 transactions, doesn't that mean your input array needs to allow for 2 transactions?
Need not necessarily. I think that is
In related topic, it says dynamic programming. So I'm not sure where can we see this overlapping substructure here.
No. Let's just try to solve using this. Maybe then we'll figure out what is the test case that actually broke. Right? So someone help me to code this. While I is less than prices, your price is what? Prices of I. And what next? While, what do you do here?
So you need to check your next value, right?
And then, and if the number is greater, if
So while
okay.
while I plus 1,
Okay, so this is
while
actually
prices I
that way
plus 1 is
-1.
greater than
Prices of I, wait, I plus 1, let's say it is less. If it is less, so we got the answer, right?
if it's less, then that's your new minimum.
If it is less, no, but we need to add something, right, into the answer. And we also have something like a current min. Let's say this is 0, right? Because it is always 0. Right? So if prices is this one, answer plus equal to
No, we have to keep 2 transactions, so we need a result array.
right?
Right.
Okay, so should we code this up right now, or we code this later using this? Come back tomorrow, and by that time we don't do this question, but we do BST question, because then coding this will take another 45 minutes or 30 minutes, something.
Yeah, I'll take a bit of time to code. I'll take care of coding it tomorrow. And
We'll also,
then,
I'll immediately after this session, I'll code this up. So now even Praveen joined, right? So I think instead of coding, we'll go to maybe a different question.
Yeah.
Is that fine, Sue?
yeah, sure, Ankur.
Or you want to code this? You coded. Sue, did you code this already? If you did.
I started coding. I got stuck. I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So it'll take too much time, right? But I mean, at least, I mean, the thing is now we'll have to code one. Our homework will be code one, code this one. And then once you've coded this one, then I think this one coding will be a bit easier.
Yeah, once you code 2, 3 becomes easy.
Yeah, so we'll do that then. So So code 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll figure out. And the next question will be at least this is at least 2, right? There has to be only like only 2. I think this one.
No, at least 2 means up to 2.
No, this says 2, but we'll change this into you have to have 2.
Then your input array needs to allow for 2 transactions.
Yes. I mean, it has to have 2, but we'll do it later. After maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Right, but in that case, this logic of keep going forward, that won't work actually.
You know,
Right? Because 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't keep going forward, right? Wait.
how
So
do you
if it say-
maximize profit in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 2 transactions?
Yeah, so it will be 1 and 3 and 4 and 5. It cannot be 1 and 5, right?
Right.
So that's what. So how will you solve this one then? You have to have two, because the way we did 2 and 3 was keep going right till there's an increase.
Yeah, but then in this case, how do you deal with the fact that
Yes.
if you have a dip after that
Exactly.
and then an increase, which is another profit window,
Yes.
that means
so
1
maybe
and 5
we'll-
is your first profit window, and then the second. We can get into it more tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. Yeah, because basically do 1 and 2. That's the problem, right? We have to code 1 and 2 to get some idea what is happening, how to code this up, right? So now so even Praveen joined, right? So we'll do this one first. So anyone, so except Deven, did anyone try this one or done before?
I think few years back.
Okay, 3 years back. Then even if it
Actually,
is,
I just joined a little bit late. So what is the logic for time to buy? Which algorithm are you using to solve that? Is it like
we just did brute force.
binary search, brute force? Okay, and then
I mean, which one? I mean, we started with the first one.
Mhm.
Started with this one, max profit,
Yeah.
right? And then we figured out brute force that you're at an index. You calculate what your next biggest one is. That is your answer,
Mhm.
right? I mean, what is the maximum? So you go to each index each day. You figure out if I buy today, when should I sell later? Should I get so I get a maximum profit? So that is one that
Okay.
is giving O of n square. Or you are at an index or at a day, you sell, and then you figure out when should I have bought, should I get a maximum. So that if you do that, you get O of n.
Okay.
And then we did this one. This 2, you can have as many profits as possible. So basically we figured out an answer. If you don't, when the point is you think how to do this. So basically what we did is you keep going forward till there's a dip. That is one transaction. And this says you can have as many transactions as possible, right? And as soon as there's a dip, then you start a new transaction. And then if you keep going forward, there's an increase. And then if there's a dip, then you again start another transaction. So if
Okay.
you, right? And then we came to 3, which says at most 2. So that means they can be 1 or 2. So now for this, we actually use the previous algo for this one also. But then and on top of that, Deven said, I'll take the maximum 2. And we came up with a lot of test cases, and it seemed to work. And so now the thing is code 1, 2, and 3. And tomorrow we'll figure out what to do next. Like we'll go and try to solve. You have to have 2 transactions. How to solve that one? But the point is to code all the 3, right? Today
Yeah.
or tomorrow. Yeah. And so
Mhm.
now, is that fine, or do you need any more clarification?
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So now this is a question that I gave early. Deven actually he tried. Yes. Sue, did you do this one before?
1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just recently did this, Ankur.
Okay. So how did you do this? So I need you to give some test cases. So we figure out what is happening. Not test cases, but let's say who else? Okay. I want to know how you solved it, Sue.
Yeah, because I already did it before. Do you want to give chance to others? Or?
Who wants? Vishal, you?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. what it is. I'm writing an example and seeing what it is.
It is a fun one.
Yes. So let's say this is your answer, right? This is your question, and where is that? One of the, so basically question says you have to remove invalid indices, right? I mean invalid brackets to make this a valid one. And what is the minimum number of removals you can do? So that is one. Let's see what are the different one. And if you have A, B, C,
I,
D.
hey, Ankur, I think we can use stack for this.
But how? Why? I mean, even before using a stack, like why? What? Like you see the question, what is coming into the mind?
So
Why will you even use a stack?
I know that for each open
yeah,
bracket, there must be a closed bracket, right?
yeah,
So every time I see an open bracket, push onto the stack. Every time I see a closed bracket, pop the stack.
yes.
If
yes,
I get
that-
to a point where I pop an empty stack, I have an invalid entry.
yes,
That's part one.
Okay.
yeah.
Then how are you building your answer then? So let's say this
So-
one, right? You okay? Let's say in this one, you see this one. What do? You put
My
you,
stack
what-
is empty, so I mark it. I let's say I keep track of invalid indexes, right?
Mhm.
So I can just put that on my stack. So I put the
What is your
index on
stack
it.
here?
So that's one. So I'll put one on my stack.
Devan, I think here, if we,
That
because this
seems
is
to
a
be a
closing
logical
bracket,
answer.
because this
What-
is a
what-
closing bracket, I think we should remove this character, right? So we should
But are
not.
you gonna remove it? If you remove it in place right now, then it's
So-
going to be you're gonna change the length of the string.
Maybe we have to store this separately in the implementation.
So
I
why
think
don't we? Wouldn't it make sense to convert it to an array and then loop through that array?
yeah. We should probably keep all the index numbers in another array.
Hello?
Do we need to?
So wait, what are we trying to do here? We are trying to, if it's an invalid, we remove it.
No.
Yeah.
If it's invalid, mark it, not remove it.
Okay.
I want to
Okay,
go
and
through
then-
the entire string first before removing invalid indexes.
So let's say, okay. Let's not take this one. Let's say you have this. Let's say you have this.
Right.
What do you do here?
That would be well, the answer would be
I mean,
you
your answer is
remove
going to
it.
be this one, right? So what do you
Right.
do here?
So in that one, you convert that to an array, right? So you see that the first index is an invalid one
Why is it invalid?
because, all right. So let's look at my stack. My stack is gonna have 0, 1, 2, and then for 3 and 4, it's gonna pop, which means 0 is left in my stack, which means it's invalid.
Okay.
So then I
Okay.
remove it.
Okay. So you basically you put your this one like this. I mean visualizing. You put this, and then
Right.
this is you remove. So this you have to remove this one.
Right, but
That's what you're saying, right?
I put the indexes. I don't put
Yeah.
the characters.
Okay. And so okay. And similarly, if you have this one, so basically this is exactly same as this one.
Right, my stack is empty. So
No, you have this one, right?
yeah.
First you have this.
Right.
You have this. If you get this, then you remove these two. Then you
Right.
still have this.
Yep.
Then you figure out, okay, then this one is making invalid. You remove this one.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so you're using a stack. Okay.
But
So
does
as
it
you're
make sense why I'm using that stack?
I mean, is this your first step, right? I mean, basically,
That's the first step to find all the invalid indexes.
invalid ones.
Right.
Okay, and
then
then
the
you're
second step is to remove all of those.
yes,
Devan,
remove and in your answer basically like and so let's say if you're on this is your array and you as you're going through I, You check if I is present. If it is not there in the stack, you add it to your result. If it is there, you don't add it.
Right.
Right.
One example, Devan, if you have two braces, initially a
Huh?
closing brace followed by a opening brace.
Right.
Yeah, this kind of how do we?
Your answer to empty string.
This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, right? This
All
is
of
in your
them get
stack,
removed.
right? So this
Yeah.
is 0, 1, 2, and 3. So now as you're going like this, so wait, is this a,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
but but wait, is this your stack or this is your array? Because stack you can only see here, right?
Yeah, stack will only the array is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The stack is 0, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Now
Then you're
when
going
I
from
look
left.
right. Now
Now?
once I finish that loop, then I remove all the invalid indexes on the stack.
Mhm. You get 3,
So-
you get 2, and you get 0.
Yep, all of those get removed from the array, which means my answer is an empty string.
How do you remove?
Well, if you have a string builder, you can walk through them. Don't add the indexes that are there. If you don't have a string builder,
Oh, okay. So yeah,
if you don't have a string builder, you can either keep the
wait, so
array,
how
null
do you
out
use your string
all the
builder?
invalid indexes, and flatten it.
Wait. Sue, did you also do the same way?
Could really sorry, I was coding that question because I solved this. It was
Okay.
like,
So how
I
did you do
could-
this one?
yeah, this one how I did was using a stack basically. Every time I get an open brace, I push it. Basically, what we want to do is the idea is we want to be able to identify the closed braces that do not have open braces and open braces that cannot have closed braces. So I will iterate through the input, and whenever I get an open brace, I push the index to my stack. And whenever I get a closed brace, I pop that from my stack. I pop the topmost open brace from my stack. That means that closed brace has a corresponding open brace. But if I see a closed brace and when there is nothing in the stack, that means that closed brace cannot have an open brace. So I will mark that as an index that needs to be removed.
Oh, that's what I forgot to say. You need a second array to keep track of invalid indexes.
Okay. And what if you have a single string, let's say, and it has a lot of characters and it has only opening brackets?
So that
So your
is the
stack is huh?
yeah, that is I didn't finish my solution, Ankur. So we have
Okay.
So this is an error case, right? So if
This is
ideally you want your stack to be empty,
well,
correct?
In your
ideally you want your stack to be empty. Once you finish the loop of the characters, all the characters, whatever indexes are left from the stack, you add
are
them to the
ones that
invalid
cannot
array.
yes, exactly.
So yeah, so you
Okay,
want your
now-
stack to be empty.
So
But
Eventually
if
you
your
start-
stack is not empty, you know all of those are invalid.
Yeah.
So this will be there, and you have to remove. Then you have to empty your stack.
Yeah, you have an array full of invalid indexes along
Yeah,
with your
then you have to
stack.
use string builder to delete char at that index.
And
Oh, if
how
you
would you
delete
do?
charat, then your character changes, right? Doesn't that become extremely complicated?
Okay,
Oh,
now
yeah,
don't use stack.
that's true. Maybe array and then do join or something.
How do you solve this without using a stack?
Yes. So you
Yeah.
said 2 arrays, right? Wait.
No,
So you
one
said
array, one stack.
yeah. Now don't. So array is where you are building the result.
No, the array is not where I'm building my result.
Okay, array and a okay
Array
array and a
is
stack
where-
and your string builder for your answer.
right.
Yeah,
Don't use a stack. Yeah, basically don't use a stack. Why are you using the stack? What are you using the stack for?
to keep track of all of the open braces if they have a corresponding closed brace.
What if you don't use a stack? How will you solve this without using a stack?
You keep a counter of how many open braces you've encountered, right?
Let people think, man. You saw my solution.
I forgot your solution.
Okay. So okay, don't use a stack.
If you're not going to use a stack, keep a counter. It's
No,
really
we
simple.
cannot
Count
use
however many open
Oh.
ones you have. If you
No, we-
encounter a closed
Wait,
one,
Devin, wait. Let Sue say. Wait.
okay.
So
Yeah, so-
because we can just use an array also, we really don't use a stack like
Hmm?
array list or something.
No, don't use a stack at all. Don't use an array, don't use a list, don't nothing. Don't use a stack. Use a single variable, that's all. See, I mean, that's what your interview is going to ask you, because this was I was asked that. I don't remember who asked me. I think it was some mock or it was some phone interview, or maybe it was Uber or Facebook. But this was the question. I used a stack. Then the interviewer asked, don't use a stack. Because even if you're using stack, it's like you're using some memory, right? So now don't even use a stack. Okay, now I think Devin, you go ahead. You can say now.
So if you keep a counter of however many open braces you encounter, right? As you encounter one, you increase the counter, right? And wouldn't you do the same for the closed braces?
Tell me, like, what would you do? Give me an example. So let's say this is your string. Now what do you do?
Okay.
And I basically, what do I want? I want an empty, right? Or basically, let's say there is one here, and I want this to be my eventual answer,
Right.
right? So now help me go from here till here. I mean, I got this stack answer. You use a stack, you make invalid, and then you remove. Fine. Use your point. Use your what you just said.
Your counter, but I can't use an array either, can I?
No. Array for what?
Keep track of the invalid indexes.
No, don't use that. You can use one where you're using where your I mean your result or your string builder or whatever it is, that you can use, which will eventually return.
Right. Okay. So if I have my string builder, right, and if I have a counter of open braces, right?
Let's say it's called opens and closed, or you do want only open.
That's where I'm getting confused.
Okay, let's say we use open and closed. Okay, now what?
So now, when I encounter the first closed one, I increment my closed counter. That becomes 1, right? But because my open counter is less than my closed counter, I don't add it to my string builder,
Okay.
right? And then I decrement my closed counter to 1, 0.
Basically, you
Um,
don't even do anything. You just don't even
right.
add it. When
I
you
don't
figure
even
out
add
your. Okay.
The same thing
Fine.
happens for the second one.
Okay.
Now for the third one, I increment my open counter.
Hmm.
For the fourth one, I increment my open counter. For the fifth one, I increment my open counter. So my open counter is at 3. I encounter a closed one. Because my open counter is greater than my closed counter, I close it out. I decrement the open counter. I don't even need the closed counter then.
Hmm.
But
So now what? So
Now
now
I'm
what?
still-
Now you have this one.
right,
Right. Now what do you do? Your opens are 2.
right. So if my opens are 2, how do I know where to remove them from? That's where I'm trying.
Where? Yeah. Sorry, say again. What did you just say now?
How do I know where to remove the opens from?
Where when you remove this, you remove this, you remove this. What does it matter?
Oh. So I
This is
remove,
what you
I
use a
take my
string
res-
builder, right?
yeah. So now in my string builder,
Huh?
in my string builder, I'd have to create a new string builder out of the original one, right?
I mean, when I did, my result was an array, right? So let's say in my array now I have this,
Right,
right? I know I have open as 2.
right,
I go back here I remove this. I add this back here. Now I have my answer.
Okay.
Did people understand the solution?
It makes sense to me,
Okay, one sec.
but
If I
the-
showed
it's
the-
just a little weird to understand if you just.
Why?
Uh,
Like let's clarify that. Then. Why? But Sue, did you get this one? Or are you still coding? Stack, stock.
No, I coded it and there is an issue. I mean, it failed. Yeah, I didn't follow this, Ankur.
Why you should hear? No, you should not. Why did you code?
This professor is giving too many homework, man.
That homework was not for today. It was for tomorrow.
We are focusing on homework.
He gave this one for. He gave this yesterday. This homework was for yesterday. Okay. But he does raise a valid point where, most people came with the queue and stack, queue and stack and array, right? But that does also bring up the point of, okay, let's say you can't use either of those.
So,
Um,
Sue, wait. So did you get what I'm saying? Don't use a stack.
Okay.
Are you back
Don't
to
use an
coding?
array. Don't use any.
Don't
data
use an
structure.
array. So what Deven came up with, instead of using, so what you were using a stack for putting all your valid and invalid, right?
Yeah.
But you have only open and close. Why do you need even a stack? You can just make open and close, put variable, and
Yeah, understood that part, Ankur.
then
So maybe
But-
you're saying like open and close, you will have the counts, and then when, because you know that only those can be open and closed, while iterating through the original string to form the result, you can insert only so many opens and so many closed. Rest all you will not insert basically.
so yeah. So if I have this one, right? Now what do I have for this one? How many opens? How many closed? 3 and 1.
Right.
I need only one open and one closed. Right? Because I need something of minimum. I need
Yeah.
to give it balanced, right?
Yeah.
So let's say if I have Ankur and then if I have this one, as I'm iterating this and I'm building my result, I'll just add Ankur and I won't add this, I won't add this, I'll just add this one and this one. That's all. That will be my answer.
But it
So
has to be added at the index where they were originally present. So you will form it as you iterate through your array, and you will only insert as many opens and close as many you can have. Basically, the minimum of open close is what you can have. So that many open closes you insert, and because they have to be at the same exact index, right?
Why?
Ankur?
Why?
No,
Yes,
remember this
you're
is
not
about
changing the
removing characters.
you're not changing the original string. You're creating a new and you're returning back.
Yeah, when you're creating new, you have to insert this open brace at the position where it is given. Like if you copy the input given,
Okay.
like
Wait, okay. Which one do you have? Which one should I go with? Let's say this one.
yeah, lead code, right? So there is after LEE, there is open brace. So you
Okay.
have to, so once you decided that, okay, here there are 2 open braces, 3 closed braces. So I
So I won't
cannot,
add this. I won't add this.
oh, okay, got it.
This-
You are copying as it, okay, got it, understood.
There are multiple solutions. Our
Understood,
explanation would also be accepted.
got it.
Like, okay, let's see the last one.
Wait, hold on. Let me look at this again. Leak code. Oh, okay, I see. All right.
Okay, what about this one? A, B, C, D, right? So how many you have? You have one.
So Skibble.
Okay. Right. You have this one. You have how many open? You have 1, 2, 3, 3 open, 3 and 2 closed. So you
Right.
need 2
Remove
and 2
one
open,
open.
2 closed. Right? So you can do a higher many, like you add this A, you add this
Oh,
B.
you can walk from it backwards or walk to it forward and remove it either way. It is still balanced.
But
Yes.
Ankur, say if they are given in this order, like where the closed brace came first, how will you figure it out? Like
This
say,
one.
no, A closed brace, B open brace.
Wait,
A
A,
closed brace, B open brace. So your count is 1 and 1. Your open
your
brace count is
Count's
1.
not going to be 1 and 1 because
No, it is
you're
one and
only
one.
going to increment your closed counter
So
if
this is what, yeah,
it's
yeah.
less than or less if your open counter is greater than it.
Oh,
Yeah.
only.
So Sue,
Got
so
it.
see, this is what we did. This is what we did.
Mhm.
I mean, this was a good test case that you actually said. Good. Thanks for paying attention. So you, let's say this is my string, right?
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
And let's say I have O's and C's, opens and closed.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm building my result. Should I add A?
No,
Right?
no, 1 second. Before even building the result, in one pass, you will get the count of open and
No,
close.
I'm not doing any pass. I'm doing in one pass itself. I'll build you the solution.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay. Maybe at the end I'll have to do some manipulation. Okay.
Got it. Okay. I
Okay,
understood
should I
now.
add this? Should I add
No,
this?
your open
No,
brace.
right?
Yeah, you will not add it. Got it.
Should I add this?
Yeah.
I'll add
No.
this. No, I'll add this because I don't know what is there here next, right?
Right. Yes.
Right. So I add this. Let's say I have one more. I add this. Now what do? I have open as 2,
2.
closed as 0.
Hmm.
So that means I go back, I remove these 2. These are just my result, right?
But how?
Hmm.
How will you remove?
You set them to nil and you compress the array.
Say again. Wait. No. So what? Sue, what was the question? How will you remove?
Yeah, these could have been anywhere in between. So anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because
So-
you have 2 open ones. You don't have corresponding closed ones.
no.
So you
She's
get rid of
saying if what if I have like this, right? Sue? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
no, you are building a string builder in this pass and you have formed like
Python doesn't have a string builder.
I'm using an array. I use an array.
Yeah.
And at the end, I just join them and send back.
I see. Understood.
Right. So if you set an index to nil, when you do a join, it's not going
You
to.
were saying don't use array, don't use stack. I thought we are not using anything, but rather I thought you are building it as you're passing and then forming.
Building,
a-
I'm not. I mean, I need at least something for the answer, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
that
because
I'm
we don't have
using.
a string
But
builder, we use an
yeah.
array.
but Deven, he said he's using an array also and also a different stack.
Okay, yeah. Array
Okay, wait.
will work.
I'll
Array
just.
sequence list for in Java people, I think it's a different world for us.
Yes. So I'll
Okay,
just
so
show
there's
the
2
code
ways
first.
to do this. A, you use counters, right? Or B, you use a stack and an array.
Hmm.
Most people come up with the stack and the array answer. But the point Ankur is making is you need to be able to come up with the counter answer also.
And also you don't even need closed. So actually, you just need left. You just need one, which is let's say let's say L, and if it is greater than 0, that means what? You have more this one, right? That means you can still have a closed one.
Right.
Right, Sue?
Okay.
But don't add this one if L is 0.
Got it. You'll basically need only one variable.
Yes. So I'll just where should I send this answer?
For the create a thread, just create a.
I put that question. I'll just put that.
Put the question, create a thread. That
It
way
is there. No, I have see the.
Oh yeah,
I'll just.
Oh, you already put the code in there with the solution.
No. I put it in the thread. No.
Yeah, you did. The code was there earlier. So
where? No, I just put. I didn't understand what you were trying to say. That I shouldn't put my code.
When you put the question yesterday, right? You put the code in the thread underneath the question.
Really? Where?
And then Sue put the code, her code after that.
That was a different question. Really?
No, generalized. Oh, not generalized abbreviation.
That was different question.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, that was generalized abbreviation.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
So Sue, did you read the code? Or should I?
No, not yet. I'll go through it, Ankur, but I understood what you're saying.
Okay, and this is an important thing to remember. So it's a fun thing, right, to do. Not necessarily that you actually get this. So who else is there? So Vishal, did you understand this one? Vishal, Praveen, Avinash?
You always
Yeah,
make sure
yes,
the left
Ankur.
is greater
Understood.
than before you look at the right.
Yes. So basically, let me show this. You can see the slack.
Mhm.
Okay, here. So if it is greater than 0, I append my character. If it's if bracket is, if I'm getting a new bracket, I'm appending it. No issues here. And I'm appending the close only when my L is greater than 0. Maybe I don't even need this. I don't even need this variable. Right? And at the end, what if already it is balanced, I return the string. If it is not balanced, I'm removing those many open brackets, and then at the end I return this. Clear?
Yeah.
I mean, it's same solution. I think maybe for Ruby also. Not. I don't know how to do this in Java.
Now you
Maybe.
can do this in Java. It's basically you just have to converted that each one into a character array and then put that.
Yes, character array.
Yeah.
But Devin and Sue, they keep talking string builder, so I don't know how to use string builder here.
No, I use an array because I don't have a string builder.
Yes. Yeah, Ruby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Yeah. What is the input for this? How is the input there?
The
for
input's
Java?
going to be a string.
Input is a string.
Input is a string, right? So you can just do a string to character array,
Yes.
and then you can use the same logic to iterate through the characters and then add it. Add each one.
No,
append it.
don't even use a character array. You create an empty array, and as you're iterating through your string in Java, you keep appending characters
Yeah,
in your.
in order to iterate through the thing in Java, you need to convert it to a character array.
You have to do it first.
Oh,
In Ruby and Python, you can just loop through the characters by indexes.
Oh,
but-
okay. So you mean you convert S into a character array,
Right.
and then as you're iterating, you're putting the characters into a new result array.
The string builder for Java.
Okay. Okay.
Or another
Would it be a string builder in Java or would it be another array?
use a for loop for the string and then get.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is it. So Praveen, I don't know. You never send me a code, right? So make sure if you have time, do code this into Java. So if you have time, code this in Java and do send to me. Even I would want to know how to use this using string builder or Java. So that next time I'm teaching,
but
maybe
without a stack or an array.
yes.
That's the interesting part.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
if you keep a regular array list, right? All right. Quick question: if I have an array list and I null out an index, right? All the other characters keep their value, right? And then if I do a join with no indexes between characters, it doesn't append those to the result string, right?
Who is the question to? Is it in Java or is it
It's a
asking
Java.
Python?
If I have an array list, right? And that list has, let's say, the word hello, okay? And then if I set index 1, which is E, to null, right? And then I do array list.join. Will it come up with HLLO or H? Yeah, is that what it would end up with?
Praveen, Sue?
Yeah, we
The
don't
question is
have.
to you.
Yeah, we don't have any built-in APIs. We have to write that.
Okay.
There's no join API for a collection?
No.
Wait, even in the collections
Or
namespace?
I don't know.
I mean, better if you don't use something which is very Java specific, maybe. Yeah. I mean, but do code and let us know how that is done. Maybe in next session, we will have an idea how to do that in Java. Okay, Praveen, so do code this in Java and let us know.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys have patience for one more question?
No,
BST.
for previous question, my Ankur, there is a test case which is failing.
No, don't discuss. Let people code this, code that, and then we'll
But
see.
the approach is wrong, right? So we have to come up with a different approach.
But let people code that.
Wait, which approach is wrong?
This one, she's saying, I think this one.
3. Yeah, this one.
The approach I came up with is wrong?
It didn't.
But
It worked most of the test cases, but there are test cases where it is not.
So let people code this up
Okay.
and we'll discuss tomorrow then.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
At least people will get some. I mean, I want to code this up before knowing what went wrong.
Yeah, I put the Java code at least in the chat box, Ankur.
Why
did?
did you put the Java code in the
Don't
chat
look,
box?
don't look. Can I?
Oh, sir. Okay, don't look.
I don't know, but the point of people will go into get chat. Yeah, I'm not going to. Okay. So any power, like any, do you have energy to do this question also? Very good question. In order successor in BST. So let me remove all this. So this will be the last question. You guys interested?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, even if you don't get this question in your interview, it has a technique that is going to blow your mind. You'll be able to use this in many places. And we'll have that technique only at
If
the
it's
end.
new tech, let's tomorrow.
Huh? No, it's not a new
If
technique.
it's
I mean,
new
that
technique, let's do it tomorrow.
it's not a new technique, but that technique I will actually come at the end. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow only along with stocks, but you can still solve this using some space and some O of n and space O of n. But there is some technique which actually uses that in like O of one space that we'll see at the end. But only that will only make sense if you guys know what, we have the idea of how to even solve this using space.
Yeah, solving with space is just getting the whole in order and then.
Yeah, that is one. There's one more way. I think, yeah, one more way. Okay, then.
In order successor would mean the next.
So I'll just, yeah, I mean, so that is the most, the brute force solution, like do in order and return that. But in that also, you are actually creating the in order of the whole array, right? No, if the
Yeah.
number at the end, wait, yeah, I mean, you still have to, you'll be creating the in order of the whole array, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah, but I think but I want you like even to understand what if you don't do that, how will you even find it out in order? Wait, who's coming? Ankit.
So what if there are duplicates in the binary search tree?
Binary
This
search tree. Can I have duplicates?
This is unique. Here it's given it's unique.
Okay.
P
So
equals
in order
6.
successor means given the root of a binary tree, you have to find the in order successor smallest bigger element. So let's say if you have 6 and you have, okay, where did my dad go?
So it's the next smallest element
So
that is
let's say
greater
this
than
is,
my current element.
let's say this is 6 and let's say this is 20 and you have 11. So successor of 6 is 11. The next the smallest greater element than this. Okay.
Right.
So this is a BST, right? You have 6 on its right, you have something bigger. 11 is on the left hand side of 20.
Yeah, this is like we can use recursion to, I mean, the solution that directly comes to mind is recursion to do.
If you do an in order traversal of an
Yeah,
entire
in order
binary
traversal.
search tree.
How do you do
You
that?
start at the root node, you do an in order traversal, right?
Yeah.
And then
How do you do that? In order traversal? Give me the code.
you go to for each node, you go to node.left, then you go to the current node, then you go to node.right. And you do it
Wait.
recursively.
So you know, right? 6 is not, I mean, what if 6 has 5 here? And this is
You
20,
start
this is
from the
11.
root node, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, you find here, then
Wait, fact, that's not a valid binary tree.
why? Okay, I mean, let's say you have
It's 5, 6 would be in the other, 6 would be the right node.
wait. Let's say this is 7. No, this is not 7. Let's say this is 21. No, let's say this is what do I have here? What can I have here? My parent, which
It
takes
has
up
to
my
be
left.
something greater than
20.
It has
it
to
has
be
to be
greater.
something greater than 20.
But then your 11 is your answer. And let's say this is 6 and this is 5. Okay, let's say this is your tree.
Okay.
But for 6, 5 is the answer, right? No.
No,
No,
for
it's
6 there is no answer. For 5.
No,
6
let's say
is
this
the
is 4. Let's say this is 4. For 4, 5 is the answer.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
If I do an in order traversal, my result array would be 4, 5, right?
That's what Sue
So-
said. I mean, you do in order traversal means you're saying this one, right? 4, 5.
Right.
That's what Sue said. You get 4, yeah, the number after 5.
Right.
That's what Sue also said. Yeah. I thought you're using some other way to do this. That's
No, the
fine.
same thing,
Other
yeah.
way would be like leaving out half of the tree each time because BST has that property of either left
Yes,
side
exactly.
more than that
Right, but
side.
you don't know if what you're looking for is.
We can do
Well,
that.
you know if it's on the left side or right side. Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you'll change the route each time and you can do it in order of one's place.
So if you're looking for 3, if your P is 3, your answer is 4.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say this
Yeah,
is
so
6
what
and
you
let's say
do
this
is
is 7.
compare the given value 3 with the root value, and you will actually mark because the root value is greater than 3, you will mark that as my current result and still go about searching for the new result in the left side. It
Right.
can definitely not be there in the right side. So you are chopping
Mhm.
down all your right part of the tree. You mark your solution as 5, okay, and then you change your root to be 4 now because you have to go to the left side.
Okay,
And
and let's say you
root
have 20.
value is still greater than that root value is still greater than your given node value 3. So you will mark your result to be 4 now, and then you again you have to you can leave whatever is there on the right side and you can still again move to. I am still working on the previous example, Ankur.
Which one?
5,
That
4,
Okay,
3.
this one. Yeah, that one I understood. But what about this one?
Okay,
Here, what is the answer for 30?
okay, this is the
Wait,
tree
this
and
is 20. What is it? Let's say this is 35. Let's say there is 34 here. Wait, let
okay,
me draw this.
can you draw again?
Yeah. So what is the in order success for 30?
For 30,
33.
yeah, that's what, like when you are at 30, your value is like you will have your successor on the right side. So you will, I don't know if there is no can I assume that there will be a successor?
No.
Why? What if this is your root, then?
No, say if 50, 40, 30 is the only input, 40 is the successor, right?
Hmm.
Okay, if this whole thing is given, now I understood. So you will do the same thing. So when you are at 30, and if you will basically, if it is equal to the same value, you will not update it to be the successor.
Wait,
but
do you wait? Honestly, do you know the answer for what I'm trying to go like?
No, I don't know.
I-
I'm saying it for the first
This is the first time you're saying, right?
Yeah,
If you're saying,
Yeah.
okay, then go ahead.
yeah.
No,
So
because you use this word successor
this binary
and not
tree.
parent.
Just a binary tree. So
Yeah, fine. So then go ahead.
So here you'll go to the right side and you will mark 35 as your answer because and 35 as your answer, and it is still, so you'll basically do this
wait,
exhaustive.
with what you explained before for 5, 4, 3, how is that going to work this time?
Yeah, same logic.
What did you do here? Like, what did you do here? Okay, you found the successor. You came down. Then what?
So here I'll move to
You
the
found
right.
30. You move to the right. Then you have to keep going till.
Yeah, it'll be same logic as what we did for 1, 2, 3. So 33 will become your answer.
Yeah, it will go inside, right? So it will go to 33, and then it will
So if you go to 50, you go to 40, you find 30, right? Right now your current
root, then it will
successor
go
is
to
40. Okay. Because you know 30
then
has
it will go 34. Then it
How-
will come to 35.
how do you
33.
know how to go that way? That's what I'm trying to get
Okay,
at.
Sue, give me the code. Give me the code for this.
Okay.
I think I have, I have a comment. So I think the logic that Sue is trying to explain is that first we have to reach the node in question. Let's say 30 is the node that is in question. So we
No.
reach there. And once we reach there, the immediate successor is either its parent or the minimum of the tree to the right.
No, I'm not even trying to reach the root at all. I will assume
No, no,
I don't
I didn't.
have to do it. I don't have to do it. Because my root given to me is 50. Okay, I'll just mark, and my input given is like find successor for 30, right? So it has to be greater than 30. Okay,
Yeah.
so I will mark 50 as my input, and I will call with the same function with I'll mark next. It can be 50 or anything less than 50. So I will chop down whatever is there on the right side, and I'll focus on the left part of it. So 40 becomes my new root, and when I'm at 40, 40 is still greater than 30. So I will update my result to be 40 now, and not 50 from 50. And I see that 40, if there is a left child to 40, there can be a solution still existing. So I will mark my root to be 30 and update my successor to be 40.
Okay, then
Okay, and then I see a value 30, and I know that my successor has to be greater than 30. So I will now mark my root to be the right child of 30. So 30.
wait, Sue, so you came up with even as you came up with the optimized answer, right? David, did you get this one? How did you get this answer?
It's slowly making sense. It's a little
Yeah,
weird.
but I mean the step before that is I mean the way I actually coded was I mean if you look, right, what is in successor, you look at the code, you look at you actually look for 30, right? As soon as you get 30, if it has a right tree, you keep going down, and your leftmost is the answer, right?
Right.
That's the first thing. I mean, that is what I tried with, and then I got a failed question, because what if there's a 40 here? Then it'll fail. Like if everything on the right side is bigger, then 40 is your answer, right?
Right.
No, everything on the right side of 30 would be less than 40, right?
No,
Yeah.
I'm giving a case in which here I've done everything
No,
to
no,
the
it's
left,
it's
right?
not a proper binary search tree if there's anything greater than 40.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Remember, the rules need to hold for all subtrees.
No, I think Ankur is talking about updating the result when you are at a root instead of waiting and coming back and updating. When you are at a root, just update that to be the current value, current successor that you can have. It is possible that 30 could have no right child.
Yes,
So
and
if-
then 40
if
will
my-
be the answer.
If my
Yeah,
current root is greater than my target node, right? Go left. If my
Yes, that's
current
fine.
node is equal to my target node, go right.
Hmm.
Then continue the logic.
Wait, but no, what I'm saying is, okay, you find 30, basically, okay, you're searching for 30, it is less than 50, you go to the left. 30 is less than 40, you go to the left, right? You search 30. If there's a right tree,
If
yes.
my target node, right now, what we're trying to do is get to my target node, right?
Which is 30.
Right. So
Given
I
50.
start off at 50 because I know my target node is less than 50, I go left,
Hmm.
right? So I mark my current minimum as 50. Okay. Then I hit 40. I see that's still greater than 30. So I mark that as my new minimum. Right.
Hmm.
Then I get to 30 and I know, okay, this is where I want to start from. Right. My current minimum is 40. Okay. I check to see, is there anything to my right? Because I'm at my target node, right?
Hmm.
There is. So now start going down that and go all the way left.
So you go all the way left, you get return 30, 33 is less than 40, you return 30, 33. Is that
Right.
what you're saying, right? Okay.
As I'm walking through, I set it to 35, 34, 33.
And if there's no right tree, you return 40.
Right.
Okay. What about this one? Yeah, I mean, fine. That logic is fine. Correct. Even I couldn't come up with. I did a very nasty solution, but it was still some
Okay,
recursion.
scroll up. I can't see the full picture for that one.
Yeah, this one. You have 40, 50, 60, and you're looking for in order successor of let's say 50.
Okay, so
Can
right
you look at
now I
50?
don't have a minimum. Okay. So then I get to 50. I know that's my target node. So then
So
I get to
is
60.
wait, when you're at 50, what is your in order successor?
Right now there's
Cannot be
nothing.
40, right? Okay,
No,
nothing.
it is
Because
not
it's for
40. If it is
yeah,
less
it's not
than
40. Yeah,
you
he
will
said
go
it's nothing.
ahead. Yeah, it's nothing. Even
Yeah,
at
nothing.
50, it's nothing. You will just go to the right.
No.
Hmm?
Talk about the algorithm. If I get to 60, I see it's greater than 50, right?
I'm talking at when you are at 50, your result is still null.
No, it's not. When I'm at 60, my result is 60.
When you're at 60, it is 60. When you're at 50, it is null. I'm saying.
Yeah, when I'm at 50, it's no. When I get to 60, it's 60.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. 60
Okay,
it is
okay.
60. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't hear when you the difference between when you said 5 and 6. So
Okay.
so when I'm at 50, it's still no, right?
Hmm.
When I get to 60, 60 is the next closest number I've seen to 50, right? I set it there. Okay. Now I know that I need to go to the left because anything to the right of 60 is going to be greater, right? So I don't care about anything greater. I want to see if there's anything less than 60. So then I see 54, that's my new. I see 53, that's my new one. I see 52, that's my new one. I see 51, that's my new one.
Hmm.
So then I exit out once I hit that 51 because there's nothing left.
Hmm. Nice one. I mean, you guys came up with the most optimized solution, and I'm like so proud of you guys. I even couldn't come up with this answer. This was the last technique that I thought that I was mentioning to Praveen. But you came up with like-
Credit goes to Sue because she came up with the first part and then we just
Yes.
built upon
Yeah,
it.
that is why I asked her. Has she seen the answer before? Because that is what the technique was. I was trying to.
But if you look at the properties of a binary search tree, you know that anything to the left has to be less than what the root node is at that point, right? Anything to the right is greater. that
So
means-
wait. So one second. Where is the question? Wait, where is the question? Yeah. Okay, so you guys, I want you guys to solve it first, right? So Sue, do you have the premium for this one?
Yeah, I have.
For lead code?
Yeah,
Okay,
I have.
but Deven, did you buy? You don't
I
have,
will
right?
get it tonight.
I mean, see, so code is on your own. So what I did actually was, so when I struggled with this question, I looked at the node, I searched for the node. If there is a right, I return left, I return the leftmost. Otherwise, I got struggled. Then I looked for the parent. I couldn't understand how to solve that one. So what I did is, I did this using post order traversal. Basically, if I'm standing at a node, I look to my left, I look to my right? And if there's an answer on my left, that is my answer. If there's no answer, I am the answer. I'll send you that code, okay? So I did post order traversal, but that is like, I don't know, that is something new that I came up with, right? But solve this one. Wait, did I just show you the answer?
Yes,
Oh
you
my
just showed us the answer.
Okay. So, yeah.
Don't show it to me again. I forgot it on purpose.
Okay, good one. Good. Yeah, so make sure you code this, and maybe you guys will come up with some solution, then we'll see what lead code says is the better answer. Okay, basically based on successor. But code that up,
Okay.
right? So I think it's
So
7,
stop
right? I
1,
think
2, and 3, and then this.
there's a lot of homework.
Yeah.
We'll take like it's okay. You do it slowly. Maybe tomorrow we'll see if you guys have done it. We'll continue. Otherwise,
I wanna get to stock 3 because it sounds like there's some fishiness in what I came up with.
yes. I mean that is what we couldn't even come up with a test case. Like everything passed, right? And then it will be up to the interviewer to give that single test case that he thinks
Even in
will fail.
LeetCode, there are about 200 test cases, 193 of them pass. So I think it's
Yes, I think it should not. Then it's so that
It's a weird
Sue,
edge case then.
so is that edge case failing because the algo is wrong, or because some lead code strange lead code?
no, I think there could be some flaw in the algorithm that we are not able to think through. We need time
Yeah,
to.
we'll think tomorrow. We'll think either tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. But Yeah.
put an example here where it is failing. So in case you were before coding,
After I stop Zoom, right, the chat will go away.
yeah. Just if you want to copy it.
Wait, if I
Well-
copy, I'll know the answer.
Yeah,
I'm
just
not.
put it
Don't
in the thread.
answer
Hey,
Yeah,
properly.
but send it to me privately. I'll not even look at it. I'll see it tomorrow. Let's send it. So copy the chat and put it into my private conversation.
Okay, yeah, that is the test case I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah. Don't send that. I want to code this up. I'll do it tonight.
I will not send it.
Okay. Okay. But okay. So we had a good one today. We covered a lot of important things today, right? So I think yes. So I'll stop the code. Stop the record.